and gentlemen, our country is falling apart.
The nation is in mourning tonight.
Our institutions are failing. Crime is out of control. It is our duty to fix it. We are touching on every sector of society. Race, class, and corruption. Nothing is off limit. No holds barred. The Cold Truth with Kimm. The power belongs to the people. Join us right here, Monday to Sunday, 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you all for tuning in to another installment of The Cold Truth. Now, I am Kimm Cole. Our telephone lines are open early this evening, 622-9785 or 628-6093. We remind you that we are also streaming live on Facebook at The Cold Truth, and we invite you to follow us on all social media via our handles, Kimm Cole on Instagram and The Cold Truth fan page on Facebook. I get phone calls already, guys? So our topic for discussion today is recycling politicians. Now, I want to mix things up a bit and talk about recycling politicians. No, I'm not talking about the ones who are sorting plastic and glass disposables. I'm talking about us dusting off politicians and putting them back out to work to represent the people's interest without hearing the views of the people. And today, the people would be able to call in and air their thoughts, questions, and concerns as we dive right into it with the top of the trend at this time, Minister in the Ministry of Communications, Marlene MacDonald. Now, according to the Trinidad Express, Lord, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says his government is reasonable in its decision-making, and he believes newly appointed Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Communication, Marlene MacDonald, would do a good job. Rowley said he was of the view that everyone deserves a second chance. Wait, everybody deserves a second chance? So then we should have given Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the People's Partnership a second chance, if that is what you're saying, Dr. Keith Rowley. Because if you ask me, as it stands, you have failed as a leader and your government has collapsed. But anyway, let me go back to the story. Rowley said that he was of the view that everyone deserves a second chance, even MacDonald, who was sworn in as a government minister for the third time on Thursday. Her last stint, when she was appointed Minister of Public Utilities, ended in 48 hours. MacDonald also served as Housing Minister. Dr. Rowley was quoted as saying, in her last outing, there was some lack of judgment and we all deserve to get a second chance. But you know something? I have a problem with this second chance thing. I really do have a problem with the second chances, because in numerous cases, we see past ministers, past member of parliament, we see judges, we see senators in this country under investigation. Some of them have been found guilty of wrongdoing, and we still give them an opportunity to represent us. And I think that it has to stop. How else do we expect integrity? How else do we expect how else do we expect to have integrity in public life if we allow them to make these ridiculous mistakes? And if you ask me, I don't think that it is a mistake. I think that these are the things that they continuously do until they get caught. When they get caught, then they're going to come and, have all these investigations that we, the taxpayer, have to spend a lot of money on. One, they're going to come give us some rubbish, nonsensical apology, as Glenn did, and back in office again to take, back in office again and given an opportunity to do further wrong. Now, I want to go back to my script. Now, former Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has jumped into the mix and asked the Prime Minister to explain why he found it necessary to return MacDonald as a minister. Listen, Trinidad and Tobago politics is a comedian's dream. It is absolutely comical. All right? Now, Kamla Persad-Bissessar said McDonald was still subject to investigation and the Prime Minister needed to explain his change of mind. Now, this I find is very interesting, as Persad-Bissessar's People's Partnership Administration was no stranger to firing politicians only to have them resurface later on in a different capacity, recycling them to serve the political party or the nation's needs. For example, touch a breast. Former Social Development Minister, Dr. Glenn Ramadasinghe, who was fired from the People's Partnership government and later surfaced as the chairman of the UNC-controlled Separia Regional Corporation in 2016. So my first question to you, my viewing audience, call me 6229785, 6286093. Or you can also call me directly 295, what's the number? 9634. That's 295-9634. And answer me one of these questions. Do you feel like Marlene McDonald's appointment was a good decision, and why? Should the Prime Minister further explain his decision, or is it fine to stop at giving her a second chance? Do you think this is not the second chance, this is the third chance? And were there any options considered? Shouldn't there be a measure of transparency when making these decisions? Now, you want to tell me, I was looking through this newspaper. Now, I don't really like to read the newspaper, so I don't really like to read this particular newspaper. So, but the article, you know, came through this newspaper, whereby the headline state, Mom on Marlene Rowley, McDonald to take no questions after the third swearing in. And in a nutshell, what it says is that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has advised Marlene McDonald, let me get it for you, to not communicate with the media, to not communicate with members of the media. But I find this so ironic. It is absolutely ironical that you have a minister in the Ministry of Communication who is advised to not communicate with the media. Isn't that an absolute, isn't that a joke? Hold on a second, I think we've got a call already. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Caller, you live. I do apologize. You can call back 6229785 or 6286093, or you can call direct on 295-9634 on the information. And you know, you can follow us on the information that's running across, flashing across your ticker tape this evening. Now I'm going to continue on in the article. It was swearing in number 3, as I said, for Marlene McDonald, and it was an uneventful event on this occasion. Now, I also was looking through Facebook, and I saw a lot of UNC personnel. In particular, I saw an alderman attached to the Shogunas Regional Corporation. What do you call Shogunas? To the Shogunas. Shogunas have a regional corporation? She said she forget. All the same, I saw Marissa Ramlogan, who is an alderman, and she made some comments. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. And whilst I'm pulling up that information, I'm going to take this call. Hi, good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Good evening, Miss Kimm.
How are you doing, my love? Tanti, you good?
As usual, it's a pleasure for me to be calling you. And the topic is as hot as pepper today. This is Tanti.
Tanti, so tell me now, what do you think about this whole Marlene McDonald thing and recycling politicians?
Well, you know, I've always said these two parties are yes, these two parties, PNM and UNC, they're like kicking in Parliament. That's what I say, because one protects the other. I mean, it's only this week one TV host found out that Dr. Rowley's in-law is Minister Coffee. I mean, can you imagine? This hide and seek. You can't tell me Mrs. Besessa never knew that Minister Coffee was Dr. Rowley's daughter's father-in-law? And they keep covering for each other, covering.
Can't you bust a real mark on my show this evening, girl?
Yeah. And now you come to the shock of my life. The shock. A third time. Once you err, twice you err, a third time. Well, you could err again and again and again, and you'll be forgiven. You will be forgiven, Miss Kimm.
But let us have a little conversation, Tans. When
All right.
on the campaign trail, wasn't the Rowley administration or the Rowley party at the time saying that we deserve good governance in this country, and the KPB administration, they had so much wrongdoing, allegations of corruption, wrongdoings and all of that. You're making all these promises of good governance, and here we see, and you have this member of parliament, is a third appointment for her in one term.
Yeah. Miss Kimm?
And then you have UNC members who have absolutely no shame, and I'm not sorry for saying what I'm saying. They have no shame, and they want to condemn Rowley's actions by appointing Marlene MacDonald. But it is time for these people to start condemning their leaders when their leaders are openly doing wrong. This is unacceptable. And if we do not, if we as the people do not start demanding proper representation in the country, then, we might as well,
This is why we get substandard governance, Miss Kimm, because we are not. Hello?
I'm here.
Yes, Miss Kimm. This is why we get substandard governance, because we accept everything these people. So yes, Dr. Rowley said, you did this, you did that. I'm going to give you good governance from the minute he touched office. It's left to be seen. And then on the other hand, you had Mrs. Besessa, who was served with pre-action protocol letter, a certain minister in her government of housing. And she comes on the platform at her Monday night forums and tells you he was the best housing minister there ever was, knowing in mind Stuart already served him with legal documents. You get another one who didn't serve the people. I call him the dog, allegedly dog doctor. And he then appears, and then you had another TV host had to pull him up and say, but the people are underwater for 4 weeks. You are the chairman. Then suddenly he appears and takes every opportunity to be on TV advertising himself and putting it in our face. And I don't know if you're aware, I'm Catholic, but I don't think anybody have the right to be ethnic cleansing in our country. She has people in her party that are ethnic cleansing the Muslim people, and he has been there and there and there and there, and he would not move bold-faced. We saw what he did with Fazir allegedly within days or minutes of being in power. Now they keep putting these things in our faces, and we keep accepting. Yes, we need to stop it. We need to stop it now. We must have a party that belongs to the people, that is concerned about the country, our welfare, the country's welfare. I don't think I'll be able to see that in my lifetime, Miss Cole. One good thing is that we have a program like yours, the cold truth, and that is what we get from you, the cold truth. I'm sure a lot of them sit down and shiver when it's time for your program to start, because they don't know from which angle you're coming.
And to my viewers, for the people, regardless of regardless of who is doing, as long as I see a politician, a member of parliament that is serving the needs and the interests of the respective people who they are there to represent, I will support you.
Yes, the truth We must always stand for the truth.
Thank you so much, my love, for your
I
contribution.
enjoyed looking at your program. Miss Cole, I have to tell you, you're the most beautiful, eloquent, articulate young lady on television. It is a pleasure for Tanti to be looking at you every day. God bless you, protect you, and keep all evil spirits away from you.
Thank you
Thanks.
so
Say
ahead.
out.
Yes.
Until, God bless.
Thank you so much, my love. Dance out. But Tanti, and thank you so much for your your sweet words, your kind words. I don't get it every day, you know. But Tanti, you're bossing Mark like the playway man. Real Mark bossing by Tanti. But getting back to the discussion this afternoon, and I mean, look, the article is here. The opposition leader is asking for the Prime Minister to explain. But if memory serves me right, and I know memory serves me right because I'm looking at an article here with respect to Glenn's removal, and I'm just going to give you the specifics of it. Glenn fired. PM acts on minister following unruly behavior towards flight attendant. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar last night advised President Anthony Carmona to revoke the appointment of Minister of the People and Social Development, Dr. Glenn Ramadasinghe. Her actions comes 11 days after an article done by a journalist, and the police were investigating a report of disorderly behavior by Ramadasinghe. Caribbean Airlines Limited flight attendant Ronell Laidlow, 25, filed a complaint that the minister's hand touched her breast and when he reached for her ID badge, which was pinned to her blouse. Now, this is the part where, you know, makes the story for me. They said that Ramadasinghe subsequently apologized for his behavior, saying he was suffering from severe fatigue, but he denied touching Laidlow or threatened to have fired her. And again, we are continuously recycling politicians. When will we stop? But I do have to stop to take a very short break. When we return, we're going to continue our discussion. You're watching The Cold Truth. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is falling apart.
The nation is in mourning tonight.
Our institutions are failing. Crime is out of control. It is our duty to fix it. We are touching on every sector of society. Race, class, and corruption. Nothing is off limit. No holds barred. The Cold Truth with Kimm Cole. The power belongs to the people. Join us right here, Monday to Sunday, 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.
Hi, welcome to Tanti's Show Food Delight. We are located at Orsa Spaniard and Duke Street, Port of Spain. Graduated from THCI, which is they call Hotel School at Shagaramas, and I am the owner of this business, and we have daily lunches, which is from Tuesdays to Saturdays. On a Saturday we do breads, sweet bread. We also have soups, oxtail soup and cowbell soups to your delight. We also have different menus daily from 11 to 3. We also cater for different occasions like weddings and birthday parties. We always want to ensure that the customer is satisfied with the end product here at Tanti's Kitchen.
Edge Solution is a brand of hair and skin products that are used to treat different issues. We offer a hair treatment oil that repairs traction, alopecia, and thinning hair and edges. A scalp treatment cream that's used for dandruff, dry scalp, folliculitis. and other funguses that are in the scalp. We also have a shampoo and conditioner that works along with our cream and oil, giving you maximum benefits. Our shampoo is peppermint infused, which helps unclog pores and aid in hair regrowth. We also have a calming skin lotion, which is excellent for psoriasis, eczema, and other skin issues. All our products are all natural and contains no harsh chemicals and are 100% handmade.
The Red Edge Mall at the corner Mooneyram Street and Western Main Road, St. James, where parking is available for our valued customers on both sides of the street. Red Edge Mall caters for the health conscious, the tastiest soups you'll ever find, the freshest produce, trendy clothing for the fashion dons and divas. Experience the most exotic African male and female outfits, costume jewelry of all descriptions. If you're one who pays special attention to your hair, welcome to the home of hair. Get the latest and widest variety of phones of all descriptions and repairs on the spot at the Red Edge Mall. Closing time 9 p.m. The Red Edge Mall, making shopping affordable. Powered by the Black Caucus Movement.
The Black Caucus Movement, we're making a statement. The Black Caucus Movement, making a statement. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is falling apart.
The nation is in mourning tonight.
Our institutions are failing. Crime is out of control. It is our duty to fix it. We are touching on every sector of society. Race, class, and corruption. Nothing is off limit. No holds barred. The Cold Truth with Kimm Cole. The power belongs to the people. Join us right here, Monday to Sunday, 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.
Welcome back to our program. You are viewing The Cold Truth, and I am Kimm Cole. I don't know what all you're laughing at in the back there, because I mean, think to cry for all you're laughing. This is a serious topic. It's a very serious conversation. In fact, I would like to revisit, and I'm still on the whole Rowley, Marlene, Glenn Ramadas thing. I want to throw in Nicole Olivier, who was removed as the Minister of Energy in 2015. And she was replaced by Franklin Kahn, and then the Prime Minister put her back as the Parliamentary Secretary of that particular ministry. So I want to find out also from my audience, 6229785, do I have somebody there already? Hi, good afternoon. Hello? Caller, the call dropped. You can call back 6229785 or 6286093. Now I want to find out, do you find the Prime Minister has adequately explained his justification for the initial removal of Ms. Olivier in arguably one of the country's most critical ministerial posts? And what is the selection criteria for our ministers, and what is the removal criteria for our ministers? And do you feel like we are being shortchanged by a lack of information behind some of these decisions for who represents us or who takes these ministerial positions and when they are removed? Hi, good afternoon. Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, my love, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, sister.
How are you doing?
Yeah. I called. Just one minute, take on the volume there. Yeah, good afternoon. Beautiful. I don't know why they didn't have you on this program long for me. This Black Caucus start. You use it. Okay, but the point I want to make, right now there's tax talk going on in Parliament. And I don't know whatever they want to speak about after. Because you see what happened now, it's just, sister, I like how you speak about it, Mr. Manning. I've little clips on when he was a child with friends, you know. You understand? I was lucky. I was doing a little thing now. And gentlemen tell me they always talk to him about his attitude. Sometimes growing up as young people, you have their partners and them, you understand? All we go to a little thing in the back, somewhere in the back now, where nobody can see. You know what I'm talking about? Who used to take a little pull, and who used to do this and who used to do that. So, and what Mr. Patrick Mann said about Dr. Rowley, well, paying people, I don't know what it is again. Paying people, I don't know, because it's the what's the man? The man has said nothing wrong. It's the exact thing the man said about this brother. And we talking about things. The taxpayers, when you go in, nobody make a jail yet. Since from 1960 something or 62, right? We suffer under Dr. Equivalence. What bring out Daga? I always either did Trinidad and Tobago, then I just go and talk about Black Panther and 1 Million Man March. I want to know Daga, Butler. These the kind of people I want to know. I deal with my country home first, and then I can go anyway. I deal home first. That this is my life. When I pray for Trinidad and Tobago, and then the rest of the world. That's how it is operate. And it is a wicked thing. We tax when you go in, nobody in making a deal, and Laventer people suffering, and Heinz and them for like Heinz, and I'll always go Canborn name. I tell him Canborn, Daga waiting for him by the gate. And tell Keith Rowley, Mr. Manning, waiting for him by the gate. And tell Heinz, Laventer people is saying for little whole Heinz and trim him.
You understand? I second that, yes. Cut him off, give him a ball ahead.
Good program, you know. They don't want good program. Right? So have a good evening.
So much my contribution. Thank you so much for your contribution, Kuala. Kuala say, they should hold Heinz and trim him. I agree. I really, really agree. But, what I have realized, race and politics in this country, it appears to me as though, and I believe that the current government has collapsed. No. Hi, good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, love, how are you doing?
Well, I'm there. Kim, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Not everybody you see calling on this program, they for any African people. You see how fella who now call it? When that fella called other station, they hear the nasty thing, how he be trying to come down on African people. Right? It's not no way digging up in that guy. That guy have a forked tongue. And you have to be careful with them kind of people. You understand? Although he can't talk, and he's talking with his mouth closed, he does be coming, want to make people figure out for this and for that. But that fellow is a racist, And be careful that fellow. You must listen to him certain time. Listen to him and you will see the direction he comes.
But, caller, you're always calling in. What do you think about Marlene's reappointment?
Well, let me tell you something. The both sides have to get the act together. You understand?
Do you think the both sides need to get their act together, or you think we the citizens, we the voter base, need to get our act together?
Well, we have to get our act together, yes. But as I'm telling you, the one side doing what I want, and the other side doing it. So it's that you can't come down on one side alone. The both sides, because when the other side was in government, the amount of wrong thing, and when people talk, they play like they hear nobody. You understand? And they still used to continue doing what they want. Right? Now the same people now coming back and try to condemn this. So you understand? So you can't take it's both sides. Right? Both sides might have the thing. But don't let one side come and feel they squeaky clean and they all, you understand me? So be careful with some other people in there. And if you have spiritual sense, you will understand. Just listen to some of them. Okay?
Yes, my lord.
Listen to some of them. As I tell you, that fellow who called yesterday, that fellow is a racist.
Caller,
and he don't like African people.
I can't allow you to call, to call my other callers names like that, man.
Okay.
I really can't do that. You're one of my day one callers, and I love you, but oh gosh, man. Thank you so much.
They do it to the black caucus. You understand? I'm not an ageable fella. right? I almost 80. You understand what I mean? And I don't like what I see going on with my African people. You understand? And that is what does hurt me. Because some of them like they get brainwashed, according to Keenan yesterday. Some of them like something wrong with their brain, like they can't come to their senses and they can't come to unite with one another. And that is what. Yeah?
You're there, you're not there. Caller, welcome to callback 622-628-6093. The call seems to have dropped, but I get what you're saying. You know, everybody is entitled to their own views and opinions. You know, I certainly wouldn't like, for, another caller to, call my other, audience's names and that kind of thing. Hi, good afternoon.
Number is not in service at this time. Please contact your business.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon. So I think the call dropped again. You're welcome to call back 622-9785-628-6093. Now, it bothers me that in this country, you have, at least from what I'm seeing right now, you have one political organization. If you ask me, I say the PNM has failed the citizens of this country. You're telling me 3 years into your term, and what do we have to show for it? How has the country moved forward? Where are all of the, the goodies that you promised us in your manifesto? Where is local government reform? Where is the good governance that we were promised? And I'm going to continue on after this call. Hi, good afternoon, caller, you live. Hello. I can barely hear you. You're there, you're not there. 622-9785-628-6093. Yes, my love.
Sister.
Yes, sir.
You hear me? This
yes.
guy, sister, if you know me, I'm from Diego Martin. Let me tell you something. I'm from Diego Martin. And if I give you my name, and I can let Diego Martin people call, if I give you my name, you'll be shocked. This brother called, I mentioned not no Indian, all I talk about is the African thing. I was in 19th century, sister. Locked up, all over food. He haven't, that's my food. Because I can't understand, because I just build this, sister. Because I was taking reference from Mr. Monroe. I hear people from in jail and this, that, up and down. Live up my family. As an African sister.
Yes, my love. I know that you're African. Let us not stray from the point.
If I give you my name.
Let us not stray from the point this evening. And I already advised him to. I asked him that he would hold back and be respectful. The both of you, be respectful to each other, because I love both of you. Hi, good afternoon, caller, you live. Hello. Yeah, if you ask me, I think that this government, that's about the 15th time I'm trying to make this point, this government, the ship sink. All over my song, the ship literally has sunken. We cannot get proper health care. Our schools, our education system is a mess. You have a dinosaur for an education minister. You have the transportation as it relates to the PTSC buses. There's a bacchanal that is waiting to bus down there at PTSC. You have healthcare is in a mess. Hi, good afternoon, caller, you live.
Hello, good afternoon, Kimm.
Yes,
How are you?
yes.
Kimm, one of our major problems in this country is that when politicians make statements publicly, we, the citizens of the country, don't hold them accountable for the statement that they make. You understand? Like recently, Rowley come out and make a sort of statement on some meeting that he was having with the population about who's going to get locked up or one sort of nonsense.
That's sort of plastic talk. Only
exactly.
Talk.
But what
no action.
We as the population supposed to demand from when politicians make those statements, we need to get them to hold them to their word.
Right.
Like if you say that, oh, okay, this minister and this one steal money and we have the paper trail. We, the citizens, supposed to demand from them that, hey, hear what? You come out and make this statement publicly. Within a couple months, we want to see somebody get locked up. We want somebody get charged. Don't let go, because remember he bring down Manning government on allegation that Kolahat was making inappropriate deals in that government. Manning had to call election.
Right.
He lose, and then nobody ain't get charged, nothing happened. Then Rowley come now,
Again.
in power.
Again.
And
he did the same thing, you know. Hold up, he did the same thing with the People's Partnership. He went in with the email gate scandal. I think the parliament, we have to look into parliamentary privilege. We cannot allow these things to happen.
And that is what I'm saying. No matter which politician make those statements about corruption, you cannot be telling a whole population that how here what these people corrupted when you're on the opposition. When you're in government, nobody ain't get charged, nobody ain't get locked up. When you come in opposition and you're claiming that this one in corruption, let me tell you something. I want to see every one of them politicians, it could be who, UNC, PNM, past, present, future, anybody that had any dealings that was corrupted, that they get locked up and jail and even executed if that is the case. Because this country needs to move forward. And you see them dotishness with them previous caller were talking about race and this one. He's 80 years and he cannot see beyond his toenail, making allegation that he's 80 years, and every single thing is about as soon as something isn't what the caller want to hear, they're racist. They're this and they're that. Look, recently, that's the same caller who called in a program in the morning when the little incident with the bullying in school and thing. From the time he heard was an Indian person, he made the allegation that there was racist. It's a racist situation. And every single day in schools, you're seeing where the school fight is of mainly African people. Now, he wouldn't come out with a solution and say, here what, this is a situation where bullying is taking place in the school, and it's basically, mostly the African children are fighting among each other. What we going to do? What is going to happen? You are 80 years and you don't have a solution, and every opportunity that same caller would call and make accusation that somebody else is racist, he not looking at the mirror and realizing he are the one that is the racist, and they need to change their ways. And you know what's the good thing about it? They are a dying breed. Like I always say, they are a dying breed. And eventually, within a couple of years, this country could be where it needs to be, because, like I said, there's Indian people getting up in the morning and preparing breakfast for the African husband, and there's African people preparing breakfast for the Indian husband. Every morning in families, that when the children look up and see people of different race and they ask, what this person talking about?
Caller,
nobody will not be able to explain that. And
all right, let me ask you a question, right? Because I want to challenge you on what you're saying there. There is a great amount of institutional racism taking place in this country, whether you want to admit it or accept it or not, right? Yeah. Give me one major reason why the last administration was voted out of office, particularly in the East-West corridor.
Why they were voted out of what?
Office. Why the PP was voted out of office?
No, well, again,
why did they lose the support on the East-West corridor?
No, let me say, if you go back to the history and you watch what has taken place in this country, one amount of voters has always voted for the PNM government. Whether or not they in office or they out of office, they always have that amount of votes that is constant with where the PNM is concerned. That don't change. What has changed is the people that comes into the power is more people who goes out to vote for the other party.
You see, this is the thing, right? I'm feeling, and I could be wrong, I'm feeling like, you're trying to piss on my foot or piss on my back and convince me that rain falling. Because I will tell you, at least the word on the ground within the East-West corridor is that, which is mainly populated by the African community, there was a great degree of I'm hearing myself in the back there, guys, and I don't want to hear myself like that. Thank you. On the East-West corridor, the word on the ground was that the people on the East-West corridor felt neglected. There were claims that all of the monies or most of the monies that was spent in terms of development went south of the Caroni Bridge. And that is one of the main reasons why the People's Partnership lost the elections and they lost the command of the marginal seats on the East-West corridor. So another thing is that, and it is no secret, most of the big money contracts were allocated to mainly East Indian businessmen and businesswomen. We also saw the creation of a lot of young East Indian millionaires. And if you want to do a comparison to justify what I am saying, you had a lot more millionaires being created. The wealth of the population, the East-West corridor and the African communities of the view that the East Indian community benefited within that particular period. And that is why the People's Partnership lost the elections, because they lost the marginal seats on the East-West corridor. So when you want to tell me that there is no racism in politics and all of that, I really can't sit down here and listen to you. As much as we all would want to live in a country where there is peace, there is unity and all of that, the facts are the facts. And if memory serves me right, the African community feels heavily betrayed by the UNC or the People's Partnership, because there were promises that were made by the leader who said that, you know, she was coming to unite the country, and we didn't see that. You're there or you're gone? So you're welcome to call back 622-9785 or 628-6093. Whether we want to admit it or not, there is a great sense of race and racism when you talk about or politics. When it comes to politics, that's when you see, you know, the resurgence of vicious racism. Hi, good afternoon, caller, you live.
Yeah, good afternoon, my dear.
Yes, my love.
Yes, but I think I have a different view from you, you know.
No, but you're entitled to that.
Yes. I think what happened with the PP government, I think the people in the PP government were enriching themselves. I don't think they enrich any one or two chosen of their friends would have gotten contracts and become millionaires. But by and large, the Indian community that people are implying that benefited, and the communities south of the Caroni Bridge, I don't think so, you know. Because I think one of the main reasons why they were voted out of office, because some of their traditional own East Indian supporters would have voted against them because they felt that they were left out of the mainstream of the politics.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I don't know how you look at it,
okay,
because people are going about this idea that
right, but there is some merit to what you're saying, right? But then we have to look at the religion within the East Indian community. All the same, it is still, whether it is a particular, you know, as what do they call it? A little clique of businessmen and women of a particular religion within the East Indian community. The bottom line is it went to the East Indian people. And that is how the African community sees it. And that is how most of the independent voters saw it and continue to see it. Hi, good afternoon, caller, you're live.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, Kimm. You see what taking place and all these talk, I see a set of people like this last caller there, he glad to hear that you come on about Marlene McDonald and all them kind of thing, but Rowley and them feel. But let me tell you something. As far as I am concerned, even though I'll face the next election 10 times worse than what Rowley doing, and that lady, to bring back that lady there, that took advantage on the African people, fooled the African people, and now she starts fooling them again. Look at her ad. And she thought you have John and them at the front of a set of black school children facing the ad, pushing them and say, we just the same tactics she used the last time and fool all of us. And, well, what she tried to do, they want to just put us in the bottom of the barrel.
But Mr. Monroe, but
I'm saying, I want no part of that lady, especially coming to govern the African people in Trinidad and Tobago. She have to sign an agreement if she get there, what she have to do, 50-50 in terms of all the contracts and things like that. Don't study what he's talking there, but the Indian people move cut. Look, all the seats in their area, if they never deviate, they remain there, steadfast and all this. He just talking nonsense and make you feel that he could give you some support.
Let me ask you something. But you know, you're saying you're squarely placing the blame. You're talking about. You're telling me that Kamla Prasad Biseswar and the UNC, they gave all the money to the East Indian community and they use and they fool African people. But I dare to tell you this evening that the PNM has done that to the African community time and time and time and time again, and they continue to do it. You there? Caller, you there? You're not there? You're welcome to call back 622-9785 or 628-6093. So as far as I am concerned, when it comes to the African community, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you vote PNM, nothing. If you vote UNC, you might get, you know, some dust from the crumbs. But ultimately, you can't tell me that I go support the PNM. And, you know, man, I can't take that argument from you this afternoon, caller. I apologize, but I really can't. Hi, good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my love.
Cole, I am
yes.
a first-time caller to your
Welcome
program.
to our program.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, 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 you're live.
I agree with what you have said there. I want to concur that for the first 30 years of the PNM, they did just what you said, that they used African and to a lesser extent Indian people. There were people like Dr. Ibit Mosaheb, Said Mohammed and the Mahabir brothers, and Aaron Mahabir. All these people were also part of the PNM. So people have been conned for years, for the first 30 years. After 35 years, there was one prime minister, well, he wasn't prime minister yet, who ended up in bed with a blonde, and money was spent, local money was spent for him for that. It has never stopped. It has become worse. The educational system, people have been caught giving scholarships unfairly. There have been people who have been getting examination papers before the exams and passing it on to their students, running over things with their students. It takes 15 years on average for one to get through the justice system when one has some kind of charge against them. It goes on and on. The system is worse than it ever was. You understand? When will it stop? Corruption has been institutionalized by both parties, especially the PNM. And they have used African people too, just as the others have used Indian people. When will it stop, Miss Cole?
But the both of them using African people, if you're asking me.
Yes, I agree with you.
The African community is the ones that really end up on the bad end of the stick.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. So I'm not really going to take no submission that one more bad than the other. Both
when
of them
will it stop?
bad.
I'm not saying one is more bad than the other, but it was institutionalized by names like Gene Miles and John Ra and Privat and all of these people. Where do you think those names came from? Walawa and all of them. They were institutionalized. One Minister of Home Affairs went into selling wood and out, and he was promoted. It has worse. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution, my love. Hi, good afternoon. Caller, you're live. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, my love.
Here, Kimm. I'll call back again, right?
Yes.
Now, anytime the UNC win any election from Basde Pande come down, is the African leave and vote for them.
Right.
They shift the vote and go for them. The Indian and them never move from where they is. So them, that fella who called and talking about all the talking about this. I don't talk with the mouth closed. Man, you know, now I notice it.
Well, whatever you see, how you can say it.
I tell you, I don't
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is falling apart.
The nation is in mourning tonight.
Our institutions are failing. Crime is out of control. It is our duty to fix it. We are touching on every sector of society. Race, class, and corruption. Nothing is off limit. No holds barred. The Cold Truth with Kimm Cole. The power belongs to the people. Join us right here, Monday to Sunday, 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.
I don't know what happened there, guys. I apologize. We did have a bit of technical difficulties, but you can call back 622-978-562-86093. Our conversation this afternoon is politics, recycling politicians, race, the impact of race in politics, and perhaps maybe that is why we have not gotten it right. Hi, good afternoon. Caller, you're live. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my love, you're live.
And a very pleasant evening to you, Ms. Cole.
Yes, pleasant
I've been
evening
trying to
you
get
too.
on to you for a long while. I would like to come to Synergy in person. I have a file. It is very, very interesting. It has to do with HDC and a reserve piece of land and a piece of madness that is happening. And I've been trying all over to get a redress and nothing is happening. Can I come in to Synergy sometime and bring it to you?
You can come to the office, number 38 Western Main Road in St. James. I would be happy to look into it for you.
Okay, very good. Thanks a lot.
No problem, my love.
All right.
Yes, but look, if you ask me, let me tell you what I am seeing in the politics of today. The opposition is of the view that this present administration, it has collapsed. The Rowley government, it appears as though it has collapsed. What progress have we made? What have we accomplished? Very little to nothing. I'm going to elaborate after this call. Hi, good afternoon. Caller, you live?
Yes. I'm sorry, Miss Kimm. It's me again, Tance. Miss Kimm, bottom line, we have been spinning top in mud with PNM and UNC. It's about time we have a new party. I am calling on someone out there, form a new party and be red, be gone with PNM and be gone with UNC. We want the person that comes in to serve the people and not verbally mouth it and don't do it like the other person did. Serve the people and serve the people. That is what we want. Stop all this nepotism and all the cronyism that is going on. Nonsense. This is our country. It's going in the drain. You're ashamed now to even say you're from Trinidad and Tobago. Nonsense. You have a blessed day, my darling. God bless.
Thank you so much, my love. And caller, whoa, caller, you live?
Oh, God. Cut it off.
Hello? 622-978-562-86093. And I would encourage you to please mute your TV before you make the call. Hi, good afternoon, caller, you live?
Yes.
Hello? Hello? Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, dear.
Yes, my love.
Yeah, you see, the PNM might have used African people to an extent.
Listen, not might have used. This is the cold truth. You're calling here to talk the truth. The PNM used.
Yeah, well, we're talking the truth, but remember, still, by and large, Africans benefited more from the PNM rule, because if you look at the jobs on the Port Authority, the Central Bank, the police force.
You telling me about a job when I talking about all the lucrative big money contracts that...
Yes, TT, all of these state enterprises, WASA, there's more African people employed. You have to face the fact.
More African people employed.
Yes.
But we're talking about the state's real resources, like the billions of dollars in contracts allocated.
Yeah, but that is just a select few. You understand?
But how many Africans you have in that group?
But do the Africans, do they have the material, the wherewithal to build roads and all that? Do they have the equipment like some of the Indian? Let us face the fact. They don't have the equipment like the Indian contractors.
Let me tell you what is a fact. You have companies who have had $1, who were on the verge of bankruptcy and got contracts that were valued billions of dollars in this country and got their 10% in advance. As long as you get a contract, you know you can take the contract to the bank and get the funding to execute your contract.
Kim, look at the secret scholarships that Patrick Manning gave to the friends and family of the PNM. It's only 7% had Indian names. You understand?
I am not disputing that. All of them bad and wicked.
Yeah,
but I am talking about the multi-million-dollar contracts and the billions of dollars in contracts.
You remember Dr. Williams describing Indian people as hostile and recalcitrant?
What's that?
You remember Dr. Williams making the statement about Indian people, how they're hostile and recalcitrant? Because the PNM lost the federal elections to the DLP. And Dr. Williams made all kind of statement about the only good Indian is a dead one. You must remember all of these things. You mustn't forget these things.
Listen, I'm still in my 20s and you're asking me to remember things
yeah,
that happened way before. No, I'm not oblivious to the history and the things that were said. But you see, this is the thing. We live in a hearsay country when only just want to hear something and this one say and that one say and you're not paying attention to the facts and the reality, which is
Look at Manning.
There are most of the big contractors.
They're not making money and close on Caroni.
Everybody except the African community. Most of them.
90%. Why didn't close on Petrotrin and Petrotrin losing millions every year? Billions. Why didn't close on Wassa? Wassa in debt into millions. But you see, he favors African people.
So, let me ask
I can't vex with him for that.
Well, all right. So let me ask you this.
At the expense of the Indian people.
So hold up. So let me ask you this, right?
Hello?
Yeah. Yes. So you say that the East Indian community.
Hello?
You're saying that the East Indian community has been unjustly treated as it relates to politics in this country. That's what you're saying this evening?
Yeah. Under the PNM.
Oh gosh. Well, here now, under the PNM. I don't know about you, but I know about Munan, the man who moved mountains. I know about Kusal, I know about Siriram, I know about Sami, I know about all these big East Indian names who were contractors that were enriched under the PNM. So look, again...
No, my dear. People go away with that mistake. You see, let me educate you.
No, you ain't educating me. You ain't coming to talk that nonsense in my head this Friday evening, man. No, not today. If you're calling to talk to me, talk things with sense and talk things that are truthful and factual. Since I am a little girl growing up, I hear about all these big East Indian companies that get the contracts from both the PNM and the UNC. If you ask me, the country has two pro-East Indian political parties, the PNM and the UNC. The PNM and the UNC. And when it comes to the distribution of the lucrative contracts in this country, the African community gets very little to none. It's almost non-existent. Name 5 or 10 top contractors we have in this country that are of African descent. But if I ask you to name 10 East Indian or Syrian or Chinese, you can't name it. I mean, thank you all so much for tuning into today's discussion. We have run out of time. Lovely topic. I'm very happy and grateful to all of my callers and your contributions. I look forward to seeing you next week, same place, same time, 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. on Synergy TV and Tanti. Yarel. Mark that you're bossing, eh? Looking forward to seeing you Monday. Bye.
Somebody going to take the country far. Somebody putting all the bandits away. If they do the crime, they're going to damn well pay. But somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out their lights. The Montreal full with little Trinidad boys. A bullet start to whine and put an end to the joy. Now they're lying call for their mama to mourn. The Nike gone, the gold teeth gone. You see, they want their pocket full with blue silk. They want the stuff you drinking full cream milk. The little red silk is not their true friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is falling apart.
The nation is in mourning tonight.
Our institutions are failing. Crime is out of control. It is our duty to fix it. We are touching on every sector of society. Race, class, and corruption. Nothing is off limit. No holds barred. The Cold Truth with Kimm Cole. The power belongs to the people. Join us right here, Monday to Sunday, 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.